Dag beste kijkers. We zitten vandaag met James Steinberg in de studio. Hij komt het nieuws brengen van de beloofde Godman die hier is. We gaan eens even met hem praten en vragen wat deze beloofde Godman precies is. We spreken in het Engels, want hij komt uit Amerika en we hopen dat u dit kunt volgen. Hi James, nice to have you here.
Thank you.
So I just explained our viewers that you talk about the promised God-man is here. Who is this and who are you in this matter?
Sure. Well, Adidas Samraj is my spiritual teacher, and he's the one that we refer to as the promised God-man. I've been with him since 1973. I came to see him when I was 21 years of age, and I recognized him. When I came into his company, I realized he was not an ordinary person. He was a spiritual being. And in his company there's great blessing, great force of presence. And my understanding of the divine and what God is was strengthened when I came into his company, because in his company you feel that. When I first saw a picture of him, before I came to see him, it was hard for me to know who he was. In fact, the first time I saw a picture of him, I didn't really recognize that he was a God-man, and I was confused that other people did feel that way. But I finally met someone who said, I've seen this man, and this man is genuine. So I decided to check it out.
A God-man, I feel that we are all God-men. We are all belong to the divine, and we all have that spark in us. So how come that you recognized it in him and not in your neighbor, for example?
I think I agree with you that in truth all of us are God people, each person. But for some, they're living on that basis all the time. Everybody has moments where they really feel this. They're sensitive to it. Even animals, mosquitoes, everybody feels it for a moment. But most of us don't stay in that place. Most of us get distracted by other things. What's special about someone like Adidas Samraj is he's always in that condition, and completely in that condition of knowing it and living on that basis. The words we use is he's one who's transcended his ego. And because of that ego transcendence, he's always identified with the divine. And so when you come into his company, he literally transmits that. When we sit with him, those who are our students come and sit with him, the feeling of the divine that we all are natively and intuitively is magnified a great deal. The room itself even becomes bright, full of light. And people very often will weep, will cry, their minds become quiet. It becomes very, very full because this feeling of divinity that we all are is so strong in that company.
So now you are here in Amsterdam to do a program. You are the one who is doing this program?
Yes, I'm conducting a public talk on Friday night at Ooijens in the Kristalzaal, and then on all day Saturday we'll spend a day. And what we're going to talk about is, first of all, why is a teacher necessary? Why is it useful? So many people today think that they can do it on their own. And to even have a teacher means that they have to be weak or depending on someone else. Traditionally, in the great traditions of mankind, it's always been understood that if you can find a genuine teacher, it's a great advantage. And the fact that Adidas is here, we're calling him the promised God-man, the fact there's a promised God-man, should be a cause to be happy, a celebration that a real teacher is here. A lot of us talk about how wonderful it would have been to be alive at a time when Jesus was here, or when Buddha was here, or Krishna, or one of the great ones of the past. Well, the reason I'm here in Europe is to tell people, well, there's someone like that here now. And how would you recognize it if Jesus was here in Amsterdam? How would we know? Well, one way you'd know, you might see him walk down the street. Some people might recognize him. A lot of people wouldn't be able to tell. If Jesus was here, he might look like a hippie or something. Well, one of the ways is those who've been with him will say, I've been with him and I've seen this is a special person. That's why someone like myself, who's had the really wonderful opportunity to be with him now for a quarter of a century, can tell people this is a very special thing for such a one to be alive on the planet. And for those who are interested in it, it's important to him that those who are interested know about him. Because otherwise you might not even know such a one was here at all.
Oké, thank you. Voor de kijkers, The Promised God-Man en de Guru-Devotee Relationship op vrijdagavond in de Kristalzaal in Ooijens. Het begint om 7:30 en de prijs is 25 gulden. Dan is er ook nog zaterdag 5 juni is er een hele dag. En dat begint 's morgens om 9:30 tot 5 uur. En de prijs is 85 gulden, inclusief de lunch. Mocht u geïnteresseerd zijn, belt u dan met 468 1442.